Now we'll talk about being concrete or keeping it real. In my mind, this is similar to keeping it simple. You want to give your audience examples that they can visualize. For example, in the last chapter, I talked about the guy in the wheelchair who went skydiving. Maybe he could show a photo or video of his dive, or he could show off his wheelchair with the bent wheels. Giving details and examples is important because it creates a shared turf with your audience, something that you both know and understand. This is one of the reasons why it is so important to think about your audience and how you want to structure your story for them. If you thought about it beforehand, it is easier to focus your story on their needs as an audience. A popular saying these days is, think outside the box. And many times this is true. But when you're telling your story, you want to give your audience a box to think inside of. This is the shared turf, the areas of common interest. The Heath brothers, who wrote the book Made to Stick, talk about a study that was done in which people were given 10 seconds to name all the things in the world that are white. Then they asked people to name all the things in their refrigerator that are white. Again, they had 10 seconds. Without fail, people were able to name more things from their refrigerators that are white than things in the world at large. The refrigerator provided a context for their thoughts. It was literally a box that they could open and look inside. Again, this is related to keeping it simple. If you give people too much to think about, like the whole world, they may not remember anything. Finally, one of the best ways to be concrete is to use plain language that everyone understands. And of course, in our field, we always want to use person-first language. Now you're going to see a couple of examples of videos which use the concept of concreteness, which makes it easy to understand the stories being told. After the videos, please fill out your worksheet on concreteness, and then we will talk about credibility.
I'm April. I'm from Vermont, and I want to talk about how I like fashion and stuff, and I'm self-determined in fashion because I have my own sense of fashion. My style is kind of different than a lot of others. I like to wear tiaras and walk around in leggings and big sweatshirts. And I pierced my lips and I dyed my hair. It has cotton candy color pink on it. Well, I think it's really pretty. Like when other people have it, I'm like, ooh, that person's really pretty. And it brings out a side, like, people say that your clothes bring out your personality sometimes. Well, my clothes kind of relate to my personality. I'm kind of like bubbly and excited and like happy all the time.
My name is Katie Griffith and I am from Gilbert, Arizona. I am part of Inspire Human Service Co-op, and there's very few in the different states. So it's very unique because it is led and run by people with disabilities. And I am actually the membership development chair for the co-op and help to organize our social events and outings. And also in December we're going to be having a holiday party at the Desert Botanical Gardens. And the co-op is a place where we can hire and or fire the staff that work for us, and they can work in the home and in the community. And that is the case with me, where I receive services through the Division of Developmental Disabilities to be able to do things independently out in the community. And I've also developed friendships with people in this co-op because they're much different than other people who are just doing it for the money. They're also doing it to help people with disabilities.